The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
I said a story before that there was someone here in this shul, and we were one time talking about it, like it always happens when a rabbi says over a story that you go off track and you start talking about different things. So I was saying a story about how gambling is a very bad thing. And I threw in, by the way, you should know, it's not so simple at all, because Maran Bet Yosef holds any form of gambling whatsoever is asur. Misachek b'kuvya, the Mishnah in Sanhedrin tells us, any person that engages in these type of rolling the dice as a game, as a profession, is pasul le'edut. Says Beit Yosef, it's not just a profession, it's any time. This is not what a Jew does. Asur gamor. However, the Rama writes, if it's ba'akrai, you happen to be doing it, then it's okay. So I mentioned this, and I said, it goes without saying, going to these disgusting casinos where it's a place that a Jew should never belong in, that goes without saying, and going to cities that are known for that, that for sure is asur. I don't know where people there, I'm going for conventions, I'm going for that. Why? Who? What? Who told you you're allowed to do that? Where are people getting this from? So anyways, I said, according to Maran Beit Yosef, it's asur. Guy comes over and he goes, Rabbi, come on, really? Asur? You know that a lot of your salary, Rabbi, comes from me. I give a lot of donations to the shul, so you gotta give some credibility. I mean, I'm a pretty good guy when it comes to hustling and running the table, Rabbi. Come on. I was like, no, Maran Beit Yosef, hold it's asur, it's asur. I said, and if you believe that a person Rosh Hashanah, Kitzuvin Moed Shel Adam, a person gets the amount that is destined for them, you're going to get that money regardless. He rolls his eyes. He goes, come on, Rabbi, really, seriously, you believe that? I said, absolutely, I believe that. He said, okay, you're a rabbi, so you're paid to believe that. Come on, me, a regular guy, seriously, come on, really, Rabbi? I said, let's do the following thing. Now, I got this from my Rebbe. It's not Yehoshua Sova talking. My Rebbe, Rabbi Yisrael Brog, he says this, that if you have real conviction and you pray to Borei Olam, I'm not doing this for my kavod, I'm doing it for your kavod, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Please answer in the schut of that this person should have a schut to see this. So I said to the person the following. I said, tell me, how much money are you trying to gamble for? Like, what's your goal? Like, if you got X number, you're like, okay, the Miami Vice life that I have is completely done. I'm going to hang up the jersey. I'm stopping right here. We're calling it a day right now. Tell me a number. There's got to be a number. She says to me, $1 million. All right, come on, really, $1 million. Seriously, $1 million? I says, all you need is for you or your wife or your siblings or your children to slip and be like, oh, you heard, we're millionaires. All you need is one person to know that you're a millionaire, then suddenly, that's when the knocking starts. You have cousins you never heard about, friends you didn't know about, institutions that you one time, they benefited you and you didn't have a chance to reciprocate. Now they're cashing in, you're a millionaire. I said, why would you want that? Why would you want to be a millionaire? Because, Rabbi, you're a smart man. Good point. I don't want to be a millionaire. I said, okay, so give me a number. He's thinking. He goes, okay, I got a number. I'm like, what's the number? He says, $300,000. Okay, $300,000. So I said to the person the following. I said, I promise you that if HaKadosh Baruch Hu decides that you're really going to get the 300K, you are going to have that. It's going to happen. But don't do it illegally. Just pray to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem, I want $300,000. It's not too much of a thing for you. I want to be comfortable. I need that cushion. So please give me 300K. Okay, fine. A few months later, I get a phone call from this guy. This guy's screaming on the phone. Rabbi Sova, what did you do? Like, what did I do? He said, Rabbi Sova, what did you do? I'm like, what happened? He's like, Rabbi, remember this story with the 300,000? Yeah? Rabbi, you're not going to believe this story. I'm like, what? He says, I'm changing the name. So he said, I had this really weird Uncle Melvin. Uncle Mel was the weirdest guy. He was just weird. He's such a strange fellow. He would come every single winter. He was a snowbird. Him and his wife Nellie, they would come all the time, and they only had one son, Simon, and they would come, and they were just so strange. No one got along with him. Completely antisocial. No one liked them. And I felt bad for, he's my uncle. My uncle, my aunt, and my cousin Simon. I want, they're my family. You can't pick your family. So whenever they would come to Miami, I would spend time with them. My aunt didn't even know this, but when Uncle Melvin passed away, before he passed away, he wrote a will. And in his will, he wrote the following. He said, I have a number of assets in this place to be liquidated by my lawyer. And he obviously appointed an attorney for that. And he says, it shall be divided equally between the three people who meant everything to me in my life. And they are my wife, my dear son Simon, and he says, and me, his nephew. Now, when I heard the lawyer calling me up, I'm like, okay, come on. Like, how much money did weird Uncle Mel leave me, right? Rabbi, he left over $900,000 divided by 3. Exactly 300K. So when I said this story over to people, somebody comes over and goes, Rabbi Sova, you know what you did? I'm like, no, what did I do? He's like, Rabbi, you killed Uncle Melvin. I don't know if I killed Uncle Melvin, but the point is, you have to believe this. You have to say, this is going to happen. It's going to really happen.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org